All right, now as you can see by today's video, I'm showing you exactly why you can never provide for a woman because there's no raw desire. Yes, this is step by step why you should never provide for a woman because there is no raw desire when it comes to the attraction when you do this. Now, to further prove my point, how you can literally dial this into a step-by-step system, inside of Headman Nation, we have over 1,100 guys together now. So I'm watching guys constantly learn, understand, and master the language of women, which is the system that I teach inside of that. So what I consider middle game or mid game is the first 1 to 3 dates. So this guy inside of the community, he sends me this message. He says, "Bro, I have done everything through mid game with this one particular girl. Tonight she attacked me in the parking lot," so I'm guessing like made out with him or something like that. "Amazing coursework. I did pull away. She is not getting my power this quick. Amazing, bro. Thank you." This is what he messaged me word for word. So I'm watching guys use this system and use these processes on a daily basis. And this is the type of messages that I'm getting. So I know that this works. So what I'm going to be doing today is taking this at an even deeper level, and I'm going to be teaching an advanced concept that you can apply into your dating life after this video is over. Okay, step by step, why you should never provide for a woman because there is no raw desire. So let's start over on this column, okay? You have to understand this. Providing or taking care of a woman to maintain her interest does not equal raw, primal desire or sex appeal in any way. So this is the first uncomfortable truth that has to sink in, okay? Providing or taking care of a woman to maintain her interest does not equal raw, primal desire or sex appeal in any way, shape, or form. It's not correlated. So here's what I'm trying to explain, okay? Majority of these women will typically feel like something is always missing when they're with a provider, okay? Or when they're with a guy who is providing for them or taking care of them. They'll always feel like something is missing. Now, what's missing is usually stiff and about 9 inches total. That's typically what's missing, right? So what you're going to notice is that oftentimes they will cheat with a man who is not doing anything for her. So this is what you have to understand. The more you do for her does not equal more desire, okay? The guy that she has high interest in on an attraction level, okay, because he has high amounts of sex appeal, this guy doesn't have to provide anything. So oftentimes she will cheat with a man who isn't doing anything for her. And then here's what happens. You end up becoming a sucker. You're the guy who got finessed for resources or for money. So you end up being a sucker. You work harder as a man while her desire and respect drops. Well, think about it this way. Why would her desire and why would her respect start to drop? Here's why. This is why women do not respect men who provide for them. Number one, the relationship that is supposed to, signal some kind of romantic interest now feels transactional. So it's like, okay, you're going to do this for me. So what you think is supposed to happen is now I'm supposed to reciprocate this for you. And that is not how attraction works. Okay? It's not like an input-output system. So first off, the relationship starts to feel transactional. Now, number two, you seem like you now have lower SMV. Okay? Why does it seem like you have lower SMV or lower SMV than her? The reason being is because it seems like you have to do all of this stuff to maintain her interest. And she sits there and subconsciously goes, well, only a man who has to do these things probably isn't worthy of me. Okay? So number three, what you have to understand is you're probably not her first choice or her first pick. She probably would prefer to have somebody else. But since she was not able to obtain a relationship with that guy, now you have to provide all of these things. So it's not fair to you. This is the first column that we have to address. Now, the second column. Bottom line is this. There is some other guy out there who obtained her interest romantically or even potentially sexually, who didn't have to provide shit. This guy didn't have to provide anything besides himself. Who he was, whether it was a combination of his appearance, his vocal tone, how he looked, whatever the case may be. There's another guy who obtained her interest romantically who didn't have to provide shit. So what I can tell you is this. Focus your time on building internal high value And this would be internal strength and confidence characteristics and traits, not external high value, which is materialistic stuff. Okay? So now let's actually look at what internal high value is. Internal high value is your demeanor, your attitude, and who you are as a man. So this would be your strength, okay? Physically or emotionally, right? Because that's signaling good dedication habits. It signals that you're strong and masculine and a competent man. Confidence, okay, internally. Well, think about this. What is confidence? If you really think about this, confidence just means this one thing. It means you believe what you say, or you believe what you say to a high degree. So confidence really just means that you believe what you say and you say what you believe and you fully mean it. That is confidence. If you can understand that one piece of speaking, you're going to appear like you have a lot of confidence. Assertiveness, okay, being able to speak your mind, being charming, okay, and last but not least, skill in the bedroom, because this is going to signal pre-selection and that other women also find you attractive, and that's going to actually heighten desire. So this is internal high value, okay? This is you as a man, as an individual. So when she starts to get a feel for your personality and how you are, and you have these traits, she now wants to obtain you as an individual, not the things that you can do for her. It's a different type of desire, okay? So when you have established all of these things as a man, here's what happens. The masculine to feminine dynamic is now established because she desires and respects you as a person. And this is something that money cannot buy. This is something that providing for a woman can't make up for. This is something that you can't purchase. This is internal. This is you. This is who you are. Okay? So this is really why this is so important, is because if you don't develop these traits right here, you will never actually really obtain her true desire, and she won't respect you to the degree needed in order to really have a successful relationship or just a good dating dynamic in general. Now, you might be watching this and you go, well, why? Why is it like that? Why is that fair? How does that make any sense, Casey? Can you explain? Can you help me out just a little bit? I don't get it. That doesn't make sense. That seems really crappy. Okay, let me help you. So, women's decisions have an inverse relationship to logic. Okay? Let's say that one more time. Women's decisions have an inverse relationship to logic. Okay? So here's a saying that I have said for years, or this is something that I live by. What makes logical sense in your brain or in your mind as a man will never make emotional sense in that woman's heart. So logically, okay, you're going to sit there and you're going to go, well, the better I treat someone, okay, or even this is just how it makes sense in general if you just think about this. Logically, the better you treat someone, okay, the more you do for them, right? This is what makes sense. The better you treat someone, the more you do for them, the more you provide, okay, the more reliable you are. You would think that this would translate into you being a more attractive option because you feel like you have more value that you bring to the table. So what you start to think, or what you start to feel like, is it's like, okay, well, the better you treat someone, the more you do for them, the more you provide, the more reliable you are, the more someone would love and appreciate and respect you when you're dating or when you're in a relationship. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Well, why is that? It's because women's decisions have an inverse relationship to logic. So she subconsciously looks at all of this and she goes, well, why does he have to try so hard? Okay? Why does he need to do all of this in the first place? Just to please me. Okay? And then subconsciously she maybe will say, well, am I his only option? Or she says, why is he not more selfish with his time, his energy, his resources, and why is he even investing into me in the first place? What did I do to deserve this? So subconsciously those thoughts potentially go through her mind, and then she's like, well, this guy probably doesn't have any other options, and this guy probably needs to do all of these things to make up for his lack of sex appeal. So this one is going to be a breath of fresh air over on this column. What I want you to do, okay, to really save yourself from a lot of hardship later in life, okay, is you need to become as selfish as you can with all of your time, all of your money, all of your resources, and you will notice an increase in her sexual desire or her romantic desire towards you without you needing to invest anything. That's a very strong statement, okay? You're going to notice an increase in her romantic desire, not a decrease. Because as a man, she sees that you're willing to do things that better serve you. And that's attractive. Okay? So, your money is yours. Okay? It's not to impress her, or it's not to win her over, or it's not to provide for her. Your money is yours. Okay? It's not hers, it's yours. It's not meant for you to take care of her. It's not meant for you to provide for her. Okay? So this is for you. You work on your business, you work on your lifestyle, you work on your career for you. You're not doing it to win anybody over. This is so that way you can walk around with a nice big backpack of resources for yourself. Okay? Now, number 2, your time is spent 100% of the time doing only what you want. Okay? So typically, here's what happens. A dude starts dating this woman, and then she says to him, hey, my friend Lisa's birthday is over here, and even though you don't want to go do it, most guys go do it anyways, or even though most guys don't want to do it, they go do it anyways. So you're going to understand how to get selfish with your time, and you're just going to say no if you don't want to do it. Let me give you another example. Oh, there's this family reunion over here. Nope, busy, can't do it. Okay, here's another example. You're dating a woman, she wants to go to the mall shopping for 2 hours on a Saturday, and you have no interest in it. You're just going to say no. Okay? You're not going to go do it. 100% of your time, you will only do what you want. Well, what is that going to do? That's going to put you into the category of selfish, self-centered, only cares about himself. And then since women's decisions have an inverse relationship to logic, she goes, oh, I might as well sleep with him. It's pretty simple. Okay? 100% of the time, you're going to live your life putting your time in only the things that you want to do. So, here's the last piece to this. Men who women classify as assertive, okay, or that have good confident traits and masculinity characteristics, when she is sleeping with him on a subconscious level, okay, part of this is my opinion, but part of this makes sense as well. If you actually look at like mating, she wants his genes, who he is, not his providing capabilities of what he can do for her, okay? So because of that, she loves his confidence and his attitude internally. Meaning who you are as a person, your personality, the individual as a man. She desires him as a person, not what he can do for her. So this right here is why you should never provide for a woman, because there's no real raw desire on a romantic level. And on top of that, what I'm trying to tell you is this. She will still sleep with a guy who doesn't provide anything. So you might as well just let some other dude decide that he wants to go pay for all of her shit instead of you. You might as well just go let a different dude do that. Because there is someone out there who will do that. But there's no point in it being you. Because you actually understand the skills of internal and external high value, and you understand how to now focus on internal high value. Because of that, I invite you to do one thing. Take this one step further, and I want you to join our community of over 1,100 dudes together right now that are learning, understanding, and mastering the language of women. So that way you can have a step-by-step process that you can actually apply into your dating life to get results at a quicker level. So that way you can be happier, more fulfilled, and feel like you have a good direction in your dating life because you actually know what you're doing, okay? Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.